Well, sometimes you got to win ugly. And I told the team, that when you play a grind of a season like we're in, it's like a bell curve. Most of your games are going to be right in the middle. You're going to play some great ones on one end, and then you're going to play some tough ones on the other end where you don't play your best. And certainly that looked like that in the first half. Um, but if you're a really good team, you can find a way on those nights like that. And, this team, the last couple of weeks or last 3 weeks or whatever, that's been a rough go. And three or four on the road, and then a really emotional game the other night. And uh, so there is a human nature part of it that I think is involved. And we knew it wasn't by any means underestimating Fresno. We watched what they did against UNLV, and it was one of their best games of the year, I thought, and they looked great. And um, I think they created a lot of problems for us with their defense, making us turn the ball over, so they get credit. But then we threw some directly out of bounds and did some things that were really out of character. I mean, Max, he went 3 months without a turnover, and he had seven. Hopefully we'll never see that again in his career. And but the bottom line, it's a zero-sum game, and we came out on the right side, and that's what's important in these league games. You just got to find a way. There's no pictures. You're just going to look at it and go, well, we got that done, and we don't play them again. So it was important.
15 first half turnovers. You didn't shoot great. You look up and you're down two.
Yeah, that was a blessing. I think we dodged a bullet with some of their threes, and I think our defense, it keeps us in those moments. And but like I said, we dodged some bullets probably, but that's that's basketball, and it's just finding a way this time of year. And I was really proud of the way we regrouped at halftime, and I thought we played pretty good in the second half. I'll look at the film, but it seemed like you know we throttled down the turnovers, and they weren't the egregious type anymore. And because you're going to have some turnovers, you just can't have the ones that you know throwing souvenirs to the fans.
Talk about last time we talked about like this team learns better to win these games than your guys' ability to make corrections in the second half. How important is it to have your A?
Yeah, it's the mark of a good team, and it's a mark of a mature team. And we all kind of had, the staff included, we all kind of had to be like, we just took some breaths and regrouped and said, hey, we haven't. My message to them was, tell me one game we've won in the first half. None. So you just got to move on. You got to flush it. You got to take a deep breath and get back to being ourselves a little bit better. And that's what these guys did. But that's when you have a mature team. And I thought Shave, we simplified some things and kept it in Shave's hand a lot. And I thought he was terrific. He's growing as a point guard. And I think you're about to just see an explosion in the next 30 days of Marcus Shaver. And it's going to be fun to watch.
He was able to get to the free throw line a lot more than he has the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Is that kind of the sign that he's getting healthier and
Yes,
more aggressive?
yes. And he's just getting, I told him his injury was a gift. It sounds crazy, but because it slowed him down. He plays at such a speed, and you look at all those fouls that he got. He went fast to slow, and then, so we're working on that. It's something that, sometimes when you can't do a lot physically with a guy who was hurt, you can watch more film, and we've done a little bit more of that. And that's the cool thing about having a guy like Marcus. I mean, he's a senior who still wants to get a lot better. And I loved his tempo. I loved the way he played tonight because they're a hard team to play point guard against, no doubt about it. And they do turn you over. They're good at it. Yeah, he was terrific. And everyone did their good things that they have been doing. Naj had a big post move. Buzo hit good threes. Max put a nail in the coffin. But that was a great play by Shave. That pass, that was went in the lane, under control, went It's fast, slow, stopped, knew right where Max would be, and Max did a great job of relocating, and he loves that spot straight on. So, that was huge. And so, I told the guys, you rejoice, you enjoy these, and we'll learn from it. We'll flush some things, and we'll come back ready to go and get our win back for this stretch run.
That's an excellent question. What are the challenges that come with? Because they're upwards of 20 games.
Yeah.
But your 15 most important are kind of still in front of you.
Yeah. It's a one at a time mentality, but there is when you run the mile, that third lap can get hard, and we ran that third lap really hard, just about to start that fourth lap, and once we get to the fourth, anybody can run the fourth, but the toughness that we had through the third lap was really impressive, and now it's the sprint for home.
So that the dad is removed from the coach. How much do you appreciate partway with that?
Well, the efficiency that he plays with has been great. And like I said, this is a guy who's been, you hang your hat on him. What makes him so valuable to their team is he never turns it over. So he's allowed one of those, I guess, one half like that, because that will eat at him. I don't probably even need to correct anything. It's just you flush that first half for his turnovers. And, his value is so important to this team, the way he stretches the floor, the way he turns down the good ones for the great ones. But in league, I think he's like 50, 40, 90, which is, you play at that. There's very, very few people in the history of college basketball that do 50, 40, 90. He's that way in league. So that tells you how efficient he's been. Yeah.
Was it just the way the game was going? You need your best
Yeah,
five in there?
I did. I couldn't there. I just kept waiting for the right time, and I kept talking to our guys about fatigue, and and then I wanted to get Jason a little more, but then you're really, really small because I had to keep Shaver out there. I wanted to, because Max he's rock solid defensively too, in the right place, and knowing their personnel and stuff. And so you throw Jace out there, now you got two really small guards, and their guards rebound so well, and they're physical. And so it was just the situation thing. And no, I never wanted to play the guys that, Tyson, I got him out for like a minute. Yeah, 60 seconds or something.
As it was, as I mentioned, you look up and you're down 2 at halftime. Were the guys getting frustrated? How'd you keep them?
Well, yeah,
you're still in this.
exactly, and that's when you have veteran guys, and when you have, because the most important thing we always put on the board: accomplish the mission. It doesn't. We don't care how the mission gets done, really. I mean, yes, we want to be sharp and we want to be, but there's a lot of games, like I said, as a coach, when you play this many games, and there's this many good teams that you're playing night after night after night, it wears on you. And so for us to get that job done against, think about it. Fresno has beaten New Mexico, and they've beaten UNLV. It wasn't because we didn't give them respect or attention. Our guys, I think it was just more cumulative of what we've went through lately, and now we got through that. We got a couple days to correct it, and we will.
Shaver scores 18.
Wow.
First bucket tonight.
That is, and yeah, and like I said, the things that he's not doing great yet are the best things he does. So it's coming. Write it down, Jay.
Like the second half. That's the first half win. You guys did score 40 points in the second half.
Right.
That's
No,
their tempo. That's not easy.
and we didn't turn the ball over really. Second half against No, that was it was a great response to our team, and that's what I always talk about. It's not the mistakes; it's the response, and we had egregious mistakes and terrific response. So yeah, I was really proud of our guys.
President,
Yeah.
10-point game.
Think the crowd, think whatever it was, but and maybe I underestimate our defense, but it seemed like they got some good looks that maybe they just missed, But that happens when you're a good defensive team. I think it gets the other team sped up sometimes. So when they do get a good look, it might be a lot of rain, but who knows? I guess our defense, we held them to 25 after turning the ball over 15 times. So that's amazing. So we hung our hat on some defense that first half, and then we kind of corrected the ship.